Wanted to do a little short video demonstrating some of the work we've been doing with the AB Tech campus boundary and the Buncombe County parcels that we've been using to determine the boundary of the campus. Many of you submitted work that looked very similar to this as far as which parcels you included on the AB Tech campus boundary. And I wanted to point out a few parcels that were missed and how to add them to a layer once you've already created a layer by selecting some polygons and exporting them to the boundary feature class in your geodatabase. So first off, this is a pretty good job here. And as I mentioned in my original video, it's pretty difficult to determine exactly what parcels are owned by AB Tech because the name field in the parcel layer or the owner field varies greatly with exactly what the values are for that field. So you got to kind of dig around some and really work hard to figure out which parcels are AB Tech's parcels. One way to determine the extent of the campus is to look at the campus map. Admittedly, this campus map is not the best. North is not up on this. North is actually this direction. So we're going up Victoria Road towards Mission Hospital this way. But you can see here are some buildings to the north part of the campus. And many of you missed this part on your campus boundary. That's these two parcels right up here. So this is the old St. Genevieve's School, which is now our Allied Health Building. And if you scroll in on this particular image, you can see it's under construction. If I turn that off and look at the 2010 images, you can see what was the old called the Pines Building. And that's actually was the St. Genevieve School many years ago. And so this is what it looks like now. And so the campus is constantly changing. And so our GIS data has to be updated to match the changing world. And this is typical in all GIS databases. The world is a dynamic and changing place, and we have to keep our GIS data and our databases up to date to reflect accurately the world that the database represents. So if we identify this parcel, you will see the owner of this is Buncombe County. And so our facilities as a community college in the state of North Carolina, our facilities are managed and maintained by the county. So in a lot of ways, they're owned by the county. So that owner name, Buncombe County, is very misleading. You do see down here in the sub name that is Asheville Bunk Tech Community College. So that was one that was really hard to find. That sub name should have given it to you, and just being able to research and look at the campus map and try to understand where the campus lies. This is one of our buildings. One that's even harder is this one here. This is the Robertson Building. And this parcel says it's owned by Buncombe County, but there's no indication that it's AB Tech anywhere in the attribute table. So I gave some folks a little ding on their grade for missing this parcel, but not for this one. On this particular student's work, there's another parcel missing that I wanted to show you. And that's this little sliver back here. If you identify that little sliver, that should have been included. And you can see the owner is Asheville Buncombe Tech. So this little sliver of a parcel here, that's actually part of our campus trail goes back there if you've ever been back there. As well as some of you missed this little parcel over here. And that parcel also is owned by us as well. So if you missed some parcels, you should work to update your boundary layer to include those parcels. So I'm going to show you an easy way to do it. We could select these other three parcels that this particular boundary is missing, this one here, and the one right above it. We could select those three export them to another feature class, and then merge that feature class with this feature class. That would be one way to do it. I think kind of a simpler way to do it, personally, is to start an edit session, select the parcels that you want to include in this AB Tech parcels layer, and copy paste them into that layer. So let's do it that way. I'm going to go to the editor dropdown and I'm going to start editing. And since I have some data loaded from my geodatabase, as well as the parcel layer from the county that's a shapefile in a different folder, I can only, if you remember the editing rules from way back when, I can only edit within one geodatabase at a time or within one folder at a time. So I have to choose, do I want to edit the AB Tech parcels layer or the property layer? This is the parcel layer for the entire county. And I want to modify this AB Tech parcels layer because I want to add some polygons to it. So I'll click OK there. Then I'm going to look at my editor toolbar up here, and I'm going to use my edit tool here to select that polygon, Holding the shift key down, I can select two, and this little polygon. One more I wanted to look at before I go on is this one here. I don't think that's part of our campus. Actually, maybe. No, that's part of the Norfolk Southern Railway. So I've got these three polygons selected. They're selected in a layer that's not editable. And I'm going to go to the edit dropdown, not the editor, the edit dropdown, and I'm going to copy. And that copies the selected polygons. And then I'm going to edit paste. Now, you can paste it into any editable polygon layer. So you could, if there were other editable polygon layers, I could choose to paste them into a different layer by choosing it in this dropdown. This is the one I want them to go into in this case. So I'm just going to click OK. And there they are. I'll clear my selection. So now I've updated my AB Tech parcels or boundary to include these other polygons. From there, I want to make sure to save my edits, and I can stop editing. Okay, I hope that helps with some of your work. You should be moving on in the campus project. Please let me know if you have any questions.